Well, good morning, everyone. I just left Peralta Regional Park here in the Superstition Mountains. It was beautiful. I loved it there. The camp host, Carol, was super cool. I made a couple of friends, Will and Megan, and I'll definitely go back there sometime because the place is just beautiful and I loved it. But it's time to move on. I am just hopping on the highway now. I'm heading towards Superior, and then I'm heading south towards basically Tucson. But I'm gonna stop at Biosphere and see if that thing's open. Looks pretty cool. Maybe we'll run into Polly Shore and one of those Baldwins. But ultimately, I'm going to end up at Catalina State Park tonight. It's an extremely windy day. It's not ideal to drive a box van on the highway. There's like 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts, but it's just how it works out sometimes. But I will see you guys at the Biosphere. I am going to throw a GoPro on the hood after I get to Superior and do some footage for my driving channel because it looks like it's a pretty drive. But I am heading south and it's January, so there's going to be a lot of sun glare, but I'll do it anyway. those mountains. The GoPro died like 10 miles ago, unfortunately. Biosphere.
You have arrived.
Biosphere 2 was built in 1986 to research and develop self-sustaining space colonization technology. It's called Biosphere 2 because Biosphere 1 is the Earth. 2 missions between 91 and 94 sealed Biospherians inside to measure survivability. It was a highly public experiment. The carbon dioxide levels built up too much, and they had to let oxygen in, which caused them to receive a lot of criticism. Many other experiments have been conducted in Biosphere since the 90s, including the effects of carbon dioxide on plants. Inside Biosphere, there are 5 biomes. There's an ocean, there's mangrove wetlands, a tropical rainforest, a savanna grassland, and a fog desert. Biosphere has 26 air handlers that can heat and cool the air and generate condensate water to create rain and fog and fill the ocean. Biosphere has its own natural gas generator as well as a backup diesel generator. If the power goes out in Biosphere during the summertime, the temperature inside could rise enough in 20 minutes to permanently damage the biomes. I'll put a link in the description to a video from one of the Biospherians, sort of her account on how the experiment went. They were in there for 2 years. So this is like the dining and kitchen area. They grew all their own food. They had to milk goats to make milk and cheese and stuff. It's a 3.14 acre facility. There are 7,200,000 cubic feet under sealed glass, and there are 6,500 windows. It's 91 feet tall at its highest point. Here's one of the Biospherians' apartments. Still decked out in 90s stuff. Look at that TV and stereo there. The reason I'm doing a voiceover on this is because the whole time we were doing the tour, I was watching videos on my phone. It was like a video tour. And I'm not sure that I could use that audio from those videos in my video. So you get this instead. Sorry. These are some of the log books from the Biospherians. This is volcanic basalt that they mined somewhere in Arizona to create the soil for this like fog desert thing. They basically figured out that all kinds of like mosses and stuff could grow out of this basalt. Again, this was for like colonizing space research here. It's pretty cool. This is the like sealed door, the airtight hatch that sealed them in there. In here is a grove of like all kinds of fruits and stuff. This place is just full of plants and trees. It's pretty incredible. Those are like lemons or something. Over here we have some coffee. If I was a Biospherian, we would definitely run out of coffee. That building over there, they called it the lung. Basically what they were saying is they had to put this like diaphragm over the glass, otherwise it would implode from the difference in pressures. In this room here, it was probably 90 degrees and super humid. There was cool air blasting out of these large vents here, but it was like a sauna in there. It's pretty cool. Back in Omaha, where I'm from, they have this thing at their zoo. They have the desert dome and the jungle. They're also like, they're similar to this, but not for actual research. Maybe they are, but geometric domes. It's pretty cool. All these little signs like explain which plant or tree you're looking at. This video would be 2 hours long if I stopped at every one of those, but I would assume a lot of these trees have been growing since the 90s. I mean, they're pretty impressively tall, pretty mature plants in here. Obviously now they probably couldn't do any more experiments like they did in the 90s at this place because all the years of tourism, it's just full of contaminants stuff, you know. I think this one is the Savanna. Or the tropical rainforest, one of those. Here's the artificial ocean. That's actually salt water. And I guess in the original experiment, they were actually made coral down there. They had like artificial coral growing or something. Pretty neat. They got all those like UV lights and stuff, and grow lights, I guess. But that's salt water down there, and they call that the ocean. They actually figured out that all the concrete that they used is where all their oxygen went. It was being absorbed by their artificial rocks and stuff in here. Check out the video in the description, of course, after you're done watching my video, of the like Biospherian account of the experiment. It's pretty interesting. And it's way cooler outside. It's like, oh, all that humidity. So that's Biosphere 2. It's pretty cool. I think it's $29 to get in, and the tour takes about an hour. The rainforest and stuff was definitely the best part. I hope you enjoyed my little tour of this place. Now I'm heading to my campsite, Catalina State Park. It's quite a ways up the road still, but look at that view.
And then, is there anything left in the hookup spaces?
We are sold out. Okay, Catalina State Park is completely booked. They have no hookup sites until Wednesday, and they have no dry camping sites until Tuesday. So the nearest boondocking opportunity is right up by the Biosphere where I just was, which is 15 miles. So just drove down here for nothing, essentially. The campsite, this state park has so many spots that I didn't think it would be necessary to call ahead, but what I'm learning is January is the busy season down here. It's the opposite of other places in the world, but are you sad, Theodore? Sick of driving? Me too. It's getting late. It's 3 o'clock. Okay, it's the next day. It's extremely windy, but I'm gonna go for a hike and show you this boondocking spot here. I think I have a good enough microphone set up here to make it not too terrible, but I am on Arizona State Trust land, which I bought a permit for. It's $15, just in case anyone ever wanted to come ask for it, but really it's just like BLM basically. But this area is pretty cool just because it's a lot just different than all of the desert that I've been in so far. There is tons of prickly pear and cholla just everywhere. And all of this cholla has fruit on it. It's like chain fruit cholla or something it's called. Tons of this stuff just everywhere. And then as you can see, I've got it in wide angle. There we go. As you can see, there's just prickly pear everywhere. And lots of it. There's also a bunch of barrel cactus. And they all have fruits on them too. Which I was wondering to myself earlier today. It's the following afternoon, by the way. I already went for a hike this morning. But I was wondering about the fruits on top of these barrel cactus. Like, are they edible? But I'll show you some here. So here's some of that barrel cactus with the fruit on it. My phone is not wanting to focus, but yeah, I mean, it's squishy. Sorta, not really. They look like tiny little pineapples. You know, it's pretty cool. This is probably just normal to a lot of people. Nebraska boy sees, desert things for the first time, basically. You got this little guy. I did download the Seek app so I could actually know the names of the stuff that I'm looking at. Which, this prickly pear, I know there's different kinds of that. There's ones called beaver tail and stuff, but the Seek app just tells me it's prickly pear every time. See, here we have two types of cholla next to each other. So there's that, and then there's that. And over here, you have snow-capped peaks. Which is pretty awesome. So you got this, like, I don't know, maybe 1,700 foot elevation here where I'm walking. And then you have whatever that is. It's high enough to have snow. So it's a pretty cool shot right there. A little bit of everything, really. I really don't see any saguaro around here. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's mostly just that barrel cactus and prickly pear. It's interesting. Must be the elevation. And there's home. Not level at all, but I just don't care anymore. Look at that beautiful sunset with the mountains. It's pretty good. I am here at Catalina State Park, Arizona State Parks, and I upgraded to a hookup site, power and water, mostly because the guy told me that we probably wouldn't fit in the overflow like lined up like this, but it's nice. I just took a shower, I flushed out my water tank and filled it up with fresh water. I'm fully charged. This is the first time I've had full hookups since I was at Hamlavi State Park over by Winslow, which was back in November. It's January now, so. So it's 10:30 the next day. Terrible sun glare, but I want to show you guys this place. Have to be out of here at noon, so this is our campground, Loop B. That's the dump station there where that guy is. But these mountains are so cool. It's a whole mountain range. I'll show you, there's a little information board here. Let's go check that out. And this is a kind of description of the Bighorn Fire, but up here they show this mountain range and what the peaks are called. So this is just on the north side of Tucson. It's called Catalina State Park. And like I said earlier in this video, I came here the other day not expecting this place to be like completely booked and super busy, but I've learned that this is the busy season in Arizona, you know, January. It's not like what I've been used to my entire life, where like winter time is the slow time. Makes sense, right? It's 120 degrees and unbearably hot in Arizona in the summer. Mount Lemmon is right here, and that's like a notorious like retreat from the heat in the summertime for people who live in Tucson, because it's like 9,000 feet up there, so you can go from, you know, 100-degree desert to like 70s up there. But I'm gonna do a little hike here and just kind of show you some of the scenery of the place. I can't do a whole lot because I have to leave here in like an hour, but also my legs are like killing me from all the hiking that I've been doing. Like I got like shin splints going on, but all the saguaro cactus here is like really healthy and looking to be in like really good shape. You see a lot of them that are like dying or have holes eaten in them from wild animals and stuff, but here it's pretty good. And we are right by, like literally next to Saguaro National Park. I really like it here. I've actually thoroughly enjoyed every Arizona state park that I've been to so far. They're really good. Nice place to have a picnic here. You could probably fit a couple hundred wieners on this bad boy. That's got to be a really old tree. Look at that thing. So a terrible sun glare, but you can see all these super healthy saguaros just everywhere. Which is strange that there's so many here and absolutely none where I was just boondocking the other night. Must just be that little difference in elevation. Check this out. This is actually an archaeological site, but there's really no above ground remnants of it anywhere. It's called the Romero Ruins. It was the Hohokam, or Hohokam, however it's pronounced, but they found 3 rubber balls here. Pretty neat. It's mainly the view that's captivating about this place. So yeah, you can't see anything, but the terrain suggests that there was a lot of stuff here, a lot of structure. Pet houses and stuff, a whole village of people. And then up this way is what they call like the dump. It's like their trash pile. But there's nothing to see really. There's one intact like ruin, but it's from like 1900. It's a more modern deal. Somebody homesteaded here or set up shop. But here we are. Here's the view of this awesome place. Just kind of nestled in next to this awesome mountain range right here. Nothing too crazy. Mount Lemmon, which I think is up in there, 9,000 feet. Up until today, I could see snow on the top of it. I think it has all melted off since I've been here, actually. Because I have the same views that I had yesterday, and I'm not seeing any snow. I did see, oh, let me show you this real quick. This is like the biggest, most impressive saguaro that I've seen personally. I'm sure there's many more in the desert of this this level of grandeur here, but this one is like, this thing is a freaking monster. It's a beast. King cactus. They're really thriving in this area. And these things grow really slow. So this thing here has got to be hundreds of years old, you know. I'm from Nebraska. I don't know anything about cacti, but look at that thing. That is a beast. I would guess probably close to 30 feet tall. But that's one base. It's got one trunk. So that is all one big cactus. Pretty impressive. Some more of that barrel cactus with the fruits on it. Here we got some pottery fragments. So here we are. It's like 1905 or something, that's it. Pretty cool place to live. I don't know what it's like in the summertime. You'd think with these mountains here it wouldn't be too terribly hot, but I'm sure it is. Maybe not back in 1900, but definitely nowadays. All right, I gotta go break camp and get the hell out of here and head to the next place. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Biodome, or Biosphere, was pretty cool. It was an awesome experience, and I've been really happy enjoying new things. It's been really exciting and fulfilling. So thank you so much for watching another one of my videos. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss one. I've been trying to post twice a week. I'm gonna continue to try to do that all year long. It's gonna be a challenge for me, but every Wednesday and every Saturday, tune in. And thank you so much for watching. Hope you're doing well. Have a good one. I will see you next time.